Imagine a book so dangerous, so malevolent, that merely touching its pages could cost you your soul. A tome that doesn't just tell stories, it steals them. From the moment it was created, the Obsidian Lexicon has been a blight on the world, a relic of unspeakable power that hungers for the essence of those who dare to read it. This isn't a fairy tale. This isn't a legend you tell around a campfire to spook your friends. This is real. Or, at least, as real as the stories whispered by those who've seen it, and survived. Welcome, brave souls, to a tale that will chill your blood and make you question the very nature of stories. I'm Abdullah, your guide into the darkest corners of horror, fantasy, and the supernatural. Tonight, we're diving into the mystery of the Obsidian Lexicon, a cursed book that's haunted scholars, adventurers, and the curious for centuries. By the end of this video, you'll know its history, its victims, and the terrifying truth about where it might be hiding, right now. So, grab a blanket, dim the lights, and let's step into the shadows. But be warned, some stories don't let you go. What makes a book more than just paper and ink? Is it the stories it holds, or the secrets it keeps? The Obsidian Lexicon is no ordinary book. Its pages are said to be woven from the dreams of the damned, its ink drawn from the blood of forgotten gods. And those who read it? They don't just lose themselves in the story, they become part of it. Forever. Are you ready to learn about a book that doesn't just tell tales, but claims lives? Stick with me for this deep dive, because we're going to uncover the lexicon's origins, its powers, its victims, and the desperate attempts to destroy it. We'll hear from those who've encountered it. Some through historical records, others through whispered confessions. And we'll ask the question that keeps me up at night, where is the Obsidian Lexicon now? Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's begin. Because once we open this story, there's no closing it. The discovery and first accounts. The earliest known account of the Obsidian Lexicon dates back to 1643, in a remote village in what is now southern Germany. Historical records are scarce, but a journal discovered in a Munich archive in 1897 paints a vivid picture. The journal belonged to Elias Varn, a scholar obsessed with forbidden texts. His writings describe a chance encounter with a mysterious book, and the horror that followed. Elias, you don't understand, Hans. I saw it. The book, it wasn't just a book. Its cover was black as midnight, and when I touched it, it knew me. The words moved, shifted, like they were alive. I read only a page, and now I hear them. The voices. They're inside me. Innkeeper, you're drunk, Elias. Or mad. Books don't speak. Go sleep it off before you scare my patrons. Elias, no. You have to listen. It's not just a book, it's a prison. It takes you, piece by piece. I saw her, my Anna, her face in the pages, screaming. She's gone, Hans. Gone. Elias Varn's journal is one of the few primary sources we have about the Obsidian Lexicon. Historians believe he encountered the book in a ruined monastery, where it was hidden among mundane texts. His account describes a book that seemed to choose its readers, luring them with promises of forbidden knowledge. But the price was steep. Elias vanished shortly after writing these entries, and his journal was found abandoned in the forest. Was he imagining things, driven mad by superstition? Or did he uncover something far worse? Other accounts from the same period corroborate Elias's story. A 1644 letter from a Bavarian priest mentions a black book that drove a local nobleman to madness. The nobleman, Lord Dietrich von Kress, reportedly burned his library to destroy the book, only to find it unharmed among the ashes. These stories, scattered across Europe, suggest the lexicon wasn't just a local legend, it was moving, appearing in different places, claiming new victims. Father Matthias. Lady Kress, you must tell me the truth. What did Dietrich find in that monastery? What did he bring back? Lady Kress, he called it the lexicon. Said it promised him power, secrets of the old gods. But after he read it, he changed. He spoke to shadows, Father. He said the book was writing itself, using his dreams. Last night, I saw him, his eyes were empty, like he was already gone. "Father Matthias, we must find it." "Burn it." "No, bury it." "No. God help us, I don't know what to do." These early accounts paint a picture of a book that defies explanation. It wasn't just a physical object but a presence, something that manipulated those who found it. For gamers, think of the lexicon as an artifact straight out of a dark RPG, a cursed item with its own agenda, like the One Ring or the Necronomicon, but far more insidious. Its lore suggests it was crafted in a time before recorded history, possibly by occult-worshipping entities beyond our understanding. But what is the Obsidian Lexicon, really? Let's take a closer look. Physical description and mystical properties. To understand the Obsidian Lexicon, we first need to know what it looks like, and what it's capable of. Descriptions of the book are remarkably consistent across centuries. It's roughly the size of a large Bible, about 12 inches tall and 8 inches wide, but its weight varies. Some accounts say it feels as light as a feather. Others claim it's impossibly heavy, as if it carries the burden of its victims. The cover is described as black as a starless night, with a texture that feels disturbingly alive, like skin that's warm to the touch. The most striking feature is the clasp, a jagged piece of obsidian that seems to absorb light. Witnesses report that the clasp sometimes opens on its own, as if inviting the reader to turn the pages. The runes carved into the cover are in no known language, though some scholars speculate they resemble Proto-Sumerian or an unknown script tied to pre-human civilizations. For gamers, imagine an artifact from a game like Elden Ring or Bloodborne, something ancient, alien, and tied to forces beyond mortal comprehension. The pages themselves are a mystery. They're not paper but something thinner, almost translucent, like vellum made from an unknown material. Some accounts claim the pages are warm, even hot, to the touch. The text is written in a deep crimson ink that seems to shimmer, and it changes depending on who's reading it. One person might see poetry, another a list of names, another, their own darkest secrets. This adaptability is key to the lexicon's power. It tailors itself to its reader, luring them in with exactly what they desire most. The lexicon's mystical properties go beyond its appearance. It's said to be indestructible. Fire, water, and even explosives have failed to damage it. It can vanish and reappear at will, often in places tied to tragedy or obsession. Some believe it's sentient, choosing its victims with purpose. Others think it's a conduit to a realm beyond our own, a gateway to entities that feed on human souls. For horror fans, this is the stuff of nightmares, an object that knows you, manipulates you, and never lets you go. But how does it work? How does a book trap a soul? To answer that, we need to dive into the heart of the lexicon's curse, and the stories of those who've fallen to it. The soul-trapping mechanism. The Obsidian Lexicon doesn't just trap souls, it consumes them, piece by piece, until nothing remains but a hollow shell. Picture this: you're alone, late at night, in a place you thought was safe. You find the book, its cover calling to you like a siren song. You open it, just one page, promising yourself you'll stop. But you can't. The words pull you in, and before you know it, you're not reading the book. The book is reading you. Clara, it's beautiful. The words, they're about me. My life, my dreams, how does it know? Wait, what's happening? No, stop. The soul-trapping mechanism is the lexicon's darkest secret. When you read its pages, it doesn't just show you words, it invades your mind. It finds your deepest desires, your worst fears, and weaves them into a story you can't resist. The more you read, the more it takes. First, it's your memories. Then your emotions. Finally, your essence, what makes you you, is pulled into the pages, leaving your body an empty husk. Those who've survived an encounter, rare as they are, describe a sensation of being unmade. One survivor, a 19th-century poet named Isabelle Moreau, wrote, "It was as if my soul was ink, spilling onto the page, becoming part of its endless story." Isabelle's account is chilling because she managed to stop reading after a single page, but even that was enough to leave her haunted for life, hearing the book's whispers in her dreams. "Isabelle, I thought I could outsmart it. I thought I was stronger. But it knows me better than I know myself. Every night, I see it in my dreams, open to that same page. It's waiting. It's patient. It knows I'll come back. For gamers, the lexicon's mechanism is like a cursed status effect in a game. A debuff that drains your stats over time, but instead of health or mana, it's your very soul. The book doesn't force you to keep reading, it makes you want to. It's a trap that exploits your curiosity, your greed, your desperation. And once it has you, there's no escape. Or is there? Let's explore the stories of those who fell to the lexicon, and what their fates tell us about its power. Historical victims and their stories. The Obsidian Lexicon has claimed countless victims over the centuries, each drawn in by its promises of power, knowledge, or salvation. Their stories are tragedies, written in blood and bound in the book's pages. Let's step into one such tale, from 1762, when a young seamstress named Margaret Hale crossed paths with the lexicon, and paid the ultimate price. Margaret, what's this one? It's different. The cover, it's so dark, but it feels warm. What's it about? Shopkeeper, that's not for sale, miss. Not for you, not for anyone. Leave it be. There are other books, better ones. Margaret, I can pay. I want to know what's inside. Just a peek. What harm could it do? Margaret Hale was no scholar, no adventurer. She was an ordinary woman, struggling to survive in a harsh world. But the lexicon doesn't care about status or wealth, it preys on anyone who opens it. Within days of her encounter, Margaret began to change. She stopped speaking, stopped eating. Her family found her one night, sitting in her room, staring at the open book, her eyes empty. By morning, she was gone, her body still, her soul claimed. Then there's the story of Victor Dubois, a French alchemist in 1820, who sought the lexicon to unlock the secrets of immortality. He found it in a Parisian crypt, but instead of eternal life, he became its prisoner. His journals, discovered decades later, describe visions of a great library where his soul was trapped, forced to relive his worst memories for eternity. Victor, the elixir, it's here, in these pages. The secret to life eternal. Wait, what are these words? They're changing. No, I didn't mean, stay back. Then there's the Crimson Cult, a group of 19th-century occultists who believed the lexicon was a gift from their dark gods. In 1873, they performed a ritual to commune with the book, hoping to harness its power. The ritual ended in slaughter, 30 members dead, their bodies found with the lexicon open in the center of their circle, its pages blank. These stories aren't just tragedies, they're warnings. The lexicon doesn't discriminate. It takes the curious, the ambitious, the desperate. For gamers, it's like a boss fight you can't win, no matter how high your level or how good your gear. But some have tried to fight back. Let's explore the attempts to destroy or contain this cursed book, and why they all failed. Attempts to destroy or contain the book. The Obsidian Lexicon has defied every attempt to destroy it. Fire, water, blades, even explosives, nothing works. Historical records document dozens of efforts, each more desperate than the last. In 1690, a group of monks in Salzburg tried to burn the book in a consecrated fire. The flames consumed their monastery, but the lexicon was found in the ashes, pristine. Imagine the terror of those monks, watching their sacred fire fail, the book mocking their faith. One monk, Brother Anselm, wrote in his final letter, "It is not of this world. It cannot be destroyed, for it is not bound by our laws." In the 1920s, a British occultist named Evelyn Harrow attempted to seal the lexicon in a lead-lined vault, believing it would contain its power. She inscribed the vault with protective runes and buried it beneath a London cemetery. Within a year, the vault was empty, and the lexicon appeared in a Paris bookshop. Evelyn vanished soon after, her fate unknown. Modern attempts have been no more successful. In 1998, a team of paranormal researchers in Chicago used cutting-edge technology to analyze the lexicon, hoping to understand its composition. Their equipment malfunctioned, and the lead researcher, Dr. Alan Kessler, was found catatonic, muttering about the library that never ends. The lexicon, of course, was gone. Why does it resist destruction? Some believe the lexicon is protected by the souls it's trapped, their energy forming a barrier no mortal weapon can breach. Others think it's a living thing, capable of teleporting itself to safety. For gamers, it's like an indestructible artifact in a game, one that respawns no matter how many times you try to break it. But the real question is, where is it now? Modern encounters and current location. The Obsidian Lexicon hasn't faded into history. It's still out there, still hunting. In 2023, reports surfaced of a strange book appearing in a university library in Seattle. A student named Liam Carter, a history major with a fascination for the occult, claimed to have found it in a locked archive. His story, shared on an obscure X post before he disappeared, is our most recent clue to the lexicon's whereabouts. Liam, this is it. The Obsidian Lexicon. It's real. Look at these pages, they're moving. Wait, is that my name? How? Liam's X post described the book in chilling detail, matching historical accounts. He claimed it spoke to him, promising answers to questions he hadn't even asked. He vanished the next day, and the library reported no record of the book. Was Liam another victim, or is he still out there, carrying the lexicon's curse? Other modern encounters suggest the lexicon is on the move. In 2021, a collector in Tokyo reported acquiring a black book with a strange clasp, only for it to disappear from his safe. In 2024, a hiker in the Scottish Highlands found a book matching the lexicon's description in an abandoned bothy, but it was gone when he returned with authorities. These stories, shared on platforms like X, keep the lexicon's legend alive, and its location a mystery. Where is the Obsidian Lexicon now? Is it hidden in a dusty bookshop, waiting for its next reader? Or is it closer than you think, sitting on a shelf in your local library, its runes glowing faintly in the dark? One thing is certain, it's still out there, and it's still hungry. Theories and speculation. What is the Obsidian Lexicon? Scholars, occultists, and conspiracy theorists have debated its origins for centuries. One theory suggests it was created by a pre-human civilization, possibly tied to the entities H.P. Lovecraft called the Great Old Ones. The runes on its cover resemble no known language, supporting the idea that it predates humanity itself. Another theory posits that the lexicon is a prison, designed to trap souls for an unknown purpose. Some believe it feeds these souls to a higher power, while others think it's building an army of spirits for a coming apocalypse. For gamers, this feels like the lore of a cosmic horror game, a puzzle you can't solve, a threat you can't defeat. A more grounded theory suggests the lexicon is a psychological weapon, created by an ancient cult to manipulate and destroy its enemies. Its ability to tailor its text to the reader supports this idea, but it doesn't explain its indestructibility or teleportation. Could it be both, a physical object and a sentient force? What do you think? Share your theories in the comments below. Conclusion and final thoughts. We've journeyed through centuries of terror, from Elias Varn's doomed encounter to Liam Carter's modern disappearance. The Obsidian Lexicon is more than a book, it's a predator, a parasite, a nightmare made real. Its pages hold the souls of the curious, the desperate, the damned. And it's still out there, waiting for its next reader. Maybe it's waiting for you. So, the next time you're in a dusty bookshop or a quiet library, and you see a black book with a strange clasp, think twice before you open it. Because once you do, there's no going back. The Obsidian Lexicon doesn't just tell stories, it writes you into them. Forever. Thanks for joining me on this chilling journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Obsidian Lexicon, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tales of horror and dark fantasy. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you heard rumors of the lexicon? Or maybe you've seen it yourself? Until next time, stay out of the shadows.